Wow, it's been 40 years since we left for Finland in 1972. Amazing time that was in our lives. And we thought it was appropriate that we try to gather as many together as we could to celebrate that time in our life 40 years ago. Because all of you, the wonderful missionaries that we were able to serve with, you touched our lives and made such a difference in our lives. As you'll remember, we did have a baby while we were there, and all 6 of those children that were with us in Finland served full-time missions, and we always attributed it to the fact that you were their examples. It's hard to believe that it was 40 years ago when Bob called me on the phone and said, "President Lee would like to meet with us this afternoon." We didn't know what it was going to be about. We did know that new mission presidents were being called, so we sat down with President Lee and he got right to the point. He says, "Bob, as you know, we're calling new mission presidents now, and your name has been recommended to the Quorum of the 12 and been approved. And so this is just to see if you'd be available for such a call." Of course, we're both sitting there in a little bit of shock, but we were anxious to serve and see what it was all about. I was excited to go to Finland. I'd heard so much about that beautiful country, and it was surely not a disappointment in that area. It's the most beautiful place in the world. It's still my #1 place that I love is Finland. Arriving in Finland and seeing that beautiful land of lakes and forests was just amazing. And it's still my favorite place on the earth to be able to be. But the thing that was even more special were those wonderful Finnish people. Those Finnish saints, you'll never meet anyone more wonderful, and you were responsible for baptizing many of them, and you know what I mean when I talk about the wonderful Finnish people. They touched our lives. We served with some amazing people. So we're so grateful that we had that opportunity to be close to the members as well. Many of you know exactly what I'm talking about. Well, you all do, about the wonderful Finnish saints. And we were so happy to be able to serve with many of the Finnish missionaries that were able to serve with us. I know that many of you have kept in touch with those Finns, as we have. Those relationships and friendships have just blossomed through the years as you've watched them. It was fun to see who ended up marrying who of those young people that we associated with, and then to see their families and this next generation in the church. That's such a beautiful part of missionary work, is to see how it touches people's lives and how that domino effect of how it just keeps spreading out. Probably the most exciting part of all that was being able to work with all of you the great missionaries who served in Finland during those years from 72 to 75.
All to serve him, heavenly King of glory, chosen heir to witness for his name. Far and wide we tell the Father's story, far and wide his love proclaim. Onward, ever onward, as we glory in his name. Onward, ever onward, as we glory in his name. Forward, pressing forward, as a triumph song we sing. God our strength will be, press forward, ever called to serve our King. Called to know the richness of his blessings, sons and daughters, children of a King. Glad of heart his holy name confessing, praises unto him we bring. Onward, ever onward, as we glory in his name. Onward, ever onward, as we glory in his name. Forward, pressing forward, as a triumph song we sing. God our strength will be, press forward, ever called to serve our King. God our strength will be, press forward, ever called to serve our
From the time that we returned from Finland in July of 1975, little did we realize that we often had many opportunities to do firesides and tell people about our experience, and we always loved to do that. We always had an area where we had all of our ruju hanging and all of our little memorabilia from Finland, and loved to share that with people. But little did we realize in 1975 that just 20 years later, Bob would be going through his illness of tongue cancer, 3 surgeries, a pretty tough year. But it was December 30th of 1995 that Bob went to the other side of the veil. And we had such a peace in our hearts in knowing that he was needed for the work on the other side of the veil at that time. He had just turned 58 the month before he died, which is the age many of you are now. Many of you are older than that. You've outlived your mission president. But the memories of Finland were such a blessing to us in all that we did. For his years as a stake president, he always shared memories of his mission in Finland in nearly every talk he gave. One of the things he was very well known for, and I think he started this when we were in Finland, was there's no such thing as a problem, only an opportunity. And he always looked at every challenge we had as a new opportunity, even his illness. He never said, "Why me? Why is this happening to me?" We took each step which should have corrected it, but he was in Father's hands. I remember when President Hinckley visited him in the temple, and he made the statement to Bob, "You will be well. You will be well." And I remember thinking in my mind, on this side of the veil or the other side of the veil. We all learned many lessons through that experience, and many of you were at his funeral and shared in that experience with us. And of course, I thought the other day, why am I not feeling totally fulfilled? Because I'm so blessed with my children still are amazed at how much contact I have with my missionaries, because they never even see their mission presidents anymore. And I realize the reason I don't totally feel fulfilled is because I don't have my eternal companion at my side. That just kind of really hit me the other day, and I thought, I won't have that total feeling until we're together again. But in the meantime, there's still much I need to do in mortality, and I know how busy he is on the other side of the veil. I just started working as an ordinance worker at the Bountiful Temple, and I know that I'll have many times when I'll feel him right at my side, which I have many times. With the birth of each grandchild, I feel him right there. He's just said goodbye on one side of the veil, and I get to greet them into mortality. So I thank all of you for the way you've blessed our lives. My testimony is so strong. I'm so thankful for the knowledge I have of the plan of happiness. That's what brings the peace to my soul, and that peace to all of my children, in knowing that we will be together again, because families will be together forever. I love all of you, and I thank you for this time that we're sharing together.